You've probably been taught your whole career to be the nice guy in sales, right? Build that rapport, find some common ground, make a friend. But what if I told you that exact approach, that polite, friendly strategy, is the very thing that's killing your deals? We're going to dig into why your friendliness might actually be your biggest weakness and how a completely different mindset can totally transform your results. Oof, this quote hits hard, doesn't it? Because deep down we know it's true. Think about it from the buyer's side. They are just bombarded with these generic, empty questions all day long, and they see it for what it is, a complete waste of their time. Being nice without delivering any real insight right away just screams that you have no value to offer. You're not coming across as an expert. You're just another interruption.
So many of us, myself included, fall right into this trap. We operate under this assumption that if we can just get the prospect to like us, well, the sale is sure to follow. But the hard truth is, being liked is a total vanity metric in sales. Let's really break down why this whole nice guy myth is just so destructive to your pipeline.
I was this guy. 100%. I could build rapport with a brick wall. We'd be laughing. We'd connect on a personal level. And then, like clockwork, I'd get that email, "We really liked you, but we've decided to go in a different direction." That's when it finally hit me. I was measuring my success by how much they liked me, not by my ability to actually solve their problem. And that, my friends, is a fatal flaw.
Okay, so this is the absolute core of the issue. We have to understand the massive, profound difference between being liked and being trusted. Because when the stakes are high, when it really matters, people don't choose the person they like. They choose the person they trust.
Just think about this for a second. You need brain surgery. It's serious. Do you pick the young, super-friendly surgeon you'd love to grab a beer with? Or do you choose the world-renowned, maybe slightly abrasive expert who has a flawless track record? The choice is obvious, right? When the stakes are that high, you don't bet on likability. You bet on trusted expertise. And your prospects, whether they say it out loud or not, are doing that exact same math.
So let's just lay it all out. On the left, you've got the nice guy. His main goal? Avoid tension at all costs. Keep things smooth. But on the right, you have the trusted expert. And this person knows that real solutions often require a little productive pressure. They aren't afraid to ask the tough questions because their focus isn't on making everyone comfortable. It's on actually solving the problem.
And look, this isn't just some theory I cooked up. The data backs this up completely. Researchers actually call it the agreeableness penalty. Study after study shows that highly agreeable people, the nice guys, tend to earn less. And why is that? Well, because their desire to avoid conflict means they're way more likely to settle for less, both for themselves and, critically, for their clients.
Okay, so if being nice is the wrong way to go, what's the right way? The answer lies in a totally different kind of salesperson, the challenger. This model completely flips the script. It shifts the focus away from just building relationships and toward delivering absolutely game-changing insights.
The challenger really operates on three core principles. First, they teach the prospect something new and valuable, often about their own business. Second, they tailor that insight so it hits home for that specific prospect's world. And third, they take control of the sale, confidently guiding the customer toward the best possible solution.
Now, this statistic right here should absolutely stop you in your tracks. 53%. Over half of customer loyalty has nothing to do with your brand, your price, or even your product. It's all about the sales experience itself. The value and the insight that you personally bring to that conversation is the single biggest driver of loyalty. You. You are the differentiator.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, challengers bring a unique point of view to the table that disrupts how the customer thinks. They aren't afraid to challenge assumptions. They talk about money directly, without fear, and yes, they can apply pressure, not to manipulate, but to help that customer break through their own inertia and make a good decision.
So, how does the challenger do all this? Well, they act less like a salesperson and a lot more like a doctor. They understand a fundamental truth. You absolutely must diagnose the real problem before you can even think about prescribing a solution.
This is so crucial. Your prospect is going to show up with a symptom. The nice guy salesperson hears that and sells them a painkiller for that symptom. But the expert, the challenger, performs a full diagnosis to find the underlying disease and then provides a real cure. You haven't truly helped someone if you only solve the surface-level problem they think they have.
And the gap selling method gives us a really powerful tool for this diagnosis. First, you have to dig deep into their current state, the real problems, the nitty-gritty, not just the symptoms. Then, you help them paint a crystal-clear picture of their future state. What does success actually look like? The space between those 2 points? That's the gap. Your solution is no longer a product. It's the bridge that gets them across that gap.
Now, at this point, you might be getting a little worried. You're thinking, does being a challenger just mean I have to be a jerk? Absolutely not. There's a huge difference, and the key to getting it right is a framework called radical candor. You can think of this as the operating system for a true challenger.
Radical candor is really where these two powerful ideas come together. It's the art of challenging your prospect directly because you care personally about their success. Your directness doesn't come from aggression, it comes from a genuine desire to help them win. And that, right there, is how you earn the right to push them.
This framework just makes it all so clear. Look at the vertical axis. That's caring personally. The horizontal one is challenging directly. If you only care but you don't challenge, you're stuck in the top left, ruinous empathy. Sound familiar? That's the nice guy trap. If you only challenge but don't show you care, you're in the bottom right, obnoxious aggression. The sweet spot, the goal, is that top right quadrant, where caring deeply gives you permission to challenge effectively. So really, what we've just mapped out is the entire transformation. It's the journey from being a people pleaser into becoming a true, trusted advisor. It's about shifting your entire goal away from being liked and toward being respected and ultimately being truly effective.
These are the real, tactical shifts you can start making today. Instead of nodding along, start challenging their assumptions. Be brave enough to say no when you know it's a bad fit. Bring up the tough issues first to show you're on their side. And always diagnose like a doctor before you even think about prescribing like a salesperson.
And never forget, this approach isn't about trying to beat the customer or win at their expense. It's about leading them to the best possible outcome for them. When you challenge with candor, you create a real partnership where both sides win. And that is the foundation of a long-term, truly valuable relationship.
So this is the question I want you to ask yourself after every single call from now on. What was your real goal? Were you just there to make a friend? Or were you there to be a trusted expert who solves real difficult problems? Because the answer to that question will define your entire career.